G'day, and welcome back to that new hobby high. I hope you've had a bloody good week, because my week has been absolutely top to bottom fucking spectacular. What can we do? Alright, I don't know, do I start off with a funny story? Do I start off with my progress? Do I start off with the amazing deal I got? Let's figure it out. Or I'll start off with the news of how my army is progressing. So let's start off. Okay, currently, what you see on the table here is all I have left to paint. I have run out of miniatures to paint. This is official, this is the last of them. What you see on the table here is it, I'm afraid. I have three Fulmentarus that I can't complete as I haven't got the arms for them. I have this Moritat, who is nearing completion even as we speak. I have this Legion centurion, who is going to be a warmonger, so I can teleport my my Fulmentarus into dangerous areas. Or no, actually, he's just a normal pleb, so he's going to be teleporting these units. These were originally going to be the Nemesis, but I figured I've had the shields, I've had the swords, I've had the helmets, so I have now got Praetorian breeches. So they're going to be my elite one with the white shoulder pads. They've literally just been undercoated in the last 40 minutes. And with that, those 10, these 3 and these 2, I have no more 30k miniatures to paint, which is, this will take me another week to finish. There's time to get more stuff. But yeah, it's I didn't think I'd get this far. I didn't think I'd get to the point where I'd go, oh shit, I forgot to buy new stuff. The things I have spent my money on are not miniatures. I have bought a rather excellent selection of 30k books. Yeah, I was on this Western Australian Facebook, Horus Heresy Facebook marketplace, and there it was. A bunch of books for a fellow who didn't want them anymore. $50. Oh, and look at that, he's local. So I went out, contacted him when he came back from his rotation or whatever the hell he was doing. Met him in a petrol station, and what must have looked like the weirdest drug deal, I handed over a $50 note, and he handed over an egg box full of Horus Heresy novels. So now I have a truly daunting amount to read and little to paint. So I've sort of got myself into a little interesting middle ground, which I wasn't expecting to be in. But nonetheless, I will persevere, and we'll sort between getting the parts for the Fulmentarus, the sword arms, and even these, the Praetorians, the Praetorian breeches. See how they got these axes, these axes of Ultramar, right? They're Hidden Initiative and they're AP2. Every 5 models can have one in every 5 plus the sergeant, but they only give you 2 per shield box of shields. So I have to wait for a 3rd box of shields to get my 3rd axe to complete the squad. So even if they're all painted up, my little dude, where is he? Here, waiting patiently for his axe. So until that comes in the mail, even that unit won't be finished. But everything else is coming along really, really well. I have a cunning plan in the future at some stage to take that box of crap which I was given and maybe put it up on the marketplace, but not for cash. Oh no, not for cash. It'll be something along the lines of, if you want this box of Skaven, which is what the rats are called, or High Elves, or this Warhammer 40,000 Orc Army, go to the shop I go to and buy me the tanks I want, and you can have them. There you go, it's a deal. I think one of those bloody weird looking rat monsters are $100. You buy me 2 tanks, or you can have that and the rest of the army. I think that sounds like a fucking fine deal. But yeah, so running out of stuff to paint. I've literally got 15 models left. I would also highly recommend, if you ever do go to paint or assemble the Praetorian breeches, you find a way of using the arms from the miniatures themselves, because the arms they sell you in the box, which are those ones, you have a look here, this one has it. Lady arms, so skinny, so dainty. Chunky man arms, nice and tough and thick. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the arms that come with the shields and swords. But, you know, learn your lessons. If I ever make a second squad, that's what I'll be doing. So like half of them, or 3/4 of them now have the arms from the Mark IIIs, and they look a lot better. So let's see now. We have the books. We have what I've done here, which is, you know, I figure quite an amount. Oh, I'll show you the books. Just hang on a bit. Have a look at these books. And tell me what you think, because I think it's a fantastic buy. I'm so excited about reading them. Have a check it out and share with me my enthusiasm. Right, so this is what I got for $50 Australian. Now I had Horus Heresy, False Gods, Galaxy in Flames, and Flight of the Eisenstein. Right, those 4 are the ones I had, and I've read them. Right, and then for $50 I got a box with Pilgrim Legion, Descent of Angels, Battle for the Abyss, Mechanicum, Tales of Heresy in pretty ratty condition, Fallen Angels, 1,000 Suns, Nemesis, First Heretic, Prospero Burns, Age of Darkness, The Outcast Dead, Primarchs, Fear to Tread. Now that's my second version of that book. As you know, the first one I got halfway through it and dropped in the bath, so I'm finishing that one tonight. Yeah, Shadows of Tetri, Gero, Corax, and The Betrayer. Also, got those ones for Chrissy. Still not a crease on them, as you see, because they are not going to be read until I've finished all of this. But yeah, I reckon that's not a bad buy for $50. So I'm going to have a grand old time freaking knocking back through them. I read through them real quick. I've taken notes of all of these ones, and I've literally read the first paragraph of this. So yeah, I reckon that's a bit of a fucking win. I'm so happy with it. So yeah, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Maybe 20 days worth of reading there, month and a bit maybe. Oh, tell me that's not pretty. Imagine what it would look like if it was a full bloody set. If I was a rich man, I could afford all the books in the Heresy series if I was a very rich man. Right, so now we're back here again. So they're the books. I'm going to have a grand old time reading them and reading about the lore. I will be doing a book channel at some stage, but right now I'm just reading them for me. You know, just sitting back, a cup of tea, end of the day, and a little bit of quiet time. And I'm just painting them. Oh, sorry, not painting them. See, it's Freudian slip. I am painting. I'll read them and just chill and enjoy the story. Take some notes and freaking, oh, I'm excited about it. You know, when you're excited about the future, it's just a good feeling. Okay, now, what else happened? Oh, okay, I'll tell you something I witnessed. Last video I made was about people's deciphering of the rules, and I saw something that, well, made me stand back and just go, fucking hell, this dude is a bit of a bloody legend. He was playing word bearers, right? And you know how you can take your artificer armor on a sergeant and an apocryphy. This bloke took artificer armor, and yeah, his squad took something like 9 wounds at AP3. And you know, he said, you know, he was playing. He goes, oh shit, it's going to wipe out the squad. And he looked at it and he goes, well, I could I could take it all on the sergeant, but who wants to be that gamer? You know, and I thought, bloody hell, what a quote. And so he took the wounds on his troops, and he pretty much lost the combat because of it. The two he did take on the sergeant, freaking one of them, I think I remember he actually failed to roll. But yeah, what a boss little moment. So there's another little rules as intended or rules as written. Taking the artificer 2+ armor just on the two attacks that were on the actual sergeant and on the apocryphy, and not for the entire team. Oh bloody hell! I think that's something I'm going to start doing. I'm just going to take that example of how to play for myself from here on in. That was just, yeah, it was impressive. He knew he'd lose him the game, but he just thought, yeah, who wants to be that gamer? I mean, how impressive is that mentality? I liked it. I thought it was tippy top. Anyway, what else happened? Okay. Oh God. All right. So this is a little bit of a story. Now I've got to tell somebody, and I'm just telling you because I've just been. I've got to tell somebody. My God. All right. So I recently did a first aid course. All right. CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. You push down the chest, breathe into the mouth of the mannequin, get a bit of paper, and maybe you'll save someone someday. Yeah? Well, this course is government mandated in my job. I have to do it every year. So I sat there and I was doing the course, and there's a section of it where the bloke's lying on his back, or the person, the victim, is lying on their back, and they've got to, you've got to go down and check to see if they're breathing. So you tilt their head back. This is verbatim. It's not an actual instruction. You tilt the head back. You put your ear to their mouth, your hand on their guts, and you feel the guts rise up and down, and the breath of their breathing on your ear. And that's how you can tell they're breathing. Well, that's how we're instructed. Anyway, so we're doing that section of the instruction in class. And I'm doing it with this other fella, and across the room, I hear this young fella get up, yeah, you dirty fucking cunt, you filthy mongrel, you shit, making these throw up noises. And and then he stormed off out of the room, and the fella who was doing his EAR or CPR, whatever it was, the airways check, went with him. And then the instructor went to find out what was going on. After a while, the instructor came back in. And he says, yes, sorry for the disruption. They will be continuing their course separately and at another time. Just for clarification, can you please make sure when you do your respiratory check that your ears are clean of earwax, and if they for it can fall into the mouth of the person you're trying to resuscitate. So that young fella, while the old bloke was putting his ear down to his mouth and listening to the rise and fall of his chest, a little itty bitty chunk of wax into his mouth. How gross is that? It couldn't have been like a little delicate flake either. It had to have a significant amount of mass, because your breath outwards would push a little flake out of the way. So a little marble of earwax down the throat. Can you freaking imagine it? Oh my God, so bloody gross. Hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious. There's no way you could write that. It was just too funny. Anyway, that happened that happened to me this week. What else happened? I got informed on how to start winning my games. A little thing called a Death Star formation, which I will elaborate on my next video when I actually start getting the pieces together for this army. But yeah, that's it for this week. Just a funny little story. What's left to paint, and I think one of the things I'm doing now is, now that I've basically painted everything I've got, I'm no longer going to build. I'm going to build a list. And it's going to be a 3,000 point list, and it's going to be what I want to play rather than painting what I have. Yeah? So it's going to be how I want this one list of what I want to play and how I want to play it, not what have I got and what can I put together, which is what I'm currently doing. And so actually planning now, and planning and painting and creating. I'll use as much of this stuff as I can, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I do feel it'll have at least 3 quad mortars in it, at least, because they look fun. 3 types of shells, and if you can even add a dude to them to give them phosphex. That sounds like a very fun combination. And that's it for this week. I'm afraid it's not very exciting, but look after yourselves, my dudes. Take care of yourselves. Find something to laugh at. I really hope you had a good week. I had a wonderful one. Oh, and 80 bloody subscribers. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so very much for listening to me rant and rave and carry on like a fucking chook. You are greatly appreciated. Your blood's worth bottling. And I thank you deeply. Yous all take care of yourselves and love the lot of yous. Ta-ra.